Have you been struggling with watercolor? You're trying to get certain results, but your work always seems to look overworked and you get all these like markings in your paintings? Well, you're in the right place, because in this video, I'm going to show you the one trick that is going to give you cleaner, smoother results in your loose watercolor florals. Stay tuned. Hi guys, it's Claris. Welcome to another video tutorial with me here on my YouTube channel. How are you doing? If you're absolutely brand new to watercolor, download my free watercolor guide, which will help you not only understand this beautiful therapeutic medium, but it's also going to get you started on your loose watercolor florals journey. So if you enjoy my style of painting and also style of teaching, I have a monthly watercolor membership. It's called Go With The Flow, and I teach you how to flow beautifully and paint loose florals in watercolor. I've listed the link for it in the description of this video, so whenever you get a chance, check it out. For now, let's get into the video. So I'm just using some leftover paper, watercolor paper that I have. And this is just to show you the technique when it comes to how to hold the brush and how to apply the brush when you're painting in watercolor pretty much. And this is what's going to get you smoother results because you're doing less strokes and you're not using the brush like you typically would like this. So this is where holding it midway point really does help. And then also when you're applying the brush to kind of hold it like so and then press down and spread it around. So that's one way. So let me just get some leftover paint that I have on my palette here. Lots of leftover paint, great for such exercises like this, just to kind of demonstrate and show you guys what I mean. Okay, so I've got some of that purple paint on here. And I'm going to hold my brush, like I said, holding it midway. And then now I know I've got a lot of color and water on my brush. This is also integral so that when you're doing your stroke, depending on how long your stroke is, you don't run out of paint or water for that matter, okay? So here we go. Midway point, and I like to press down and see how we get a nice thick stroke. This in comparison to holding your brush like so and doing this. Okay, so for instance, say we're doing a petal. Instead of painting it like this, like you draw the petal in and then you go in and you paint it in and you go over it several times. Sure, this might give you a smooth result just because I can tell you right now it's not going to be a huge issue. However, less is more. This is also way more controlled in comparison to you holding your brush like so and say maybe starting off with this, starting there, pressing down, trailing off, and then kind of building up on your petal. Very lightly kind of adjusting the shape of it. Way looser in comparison to this, right? So you're also getting more coverage when you hold your brush sideways and press down and extend. So let me just do one more. Using some of this leftover brownish hue that I have. So watching that in action, this is what that would look like. So say we hold it right? I'm going to dip the tip of my brush in water to get more stuff. Extending, pulling down, we're done. And you can kind of extend that over like this. And that could be a flower, right? Watch how easy that is. So that's the beauty of really holding your brush sideways. You get better strokes, coverage, smoother looking results that you're not overworking for, as opposed to my previous, which was holding it like you would a pencil or marker or crayon and just building up like this. So let's do a quick little exercise using what I just demonstrated, and we're going to paint some leaves. Okay, so actually maybe, yeah, leaves in like a yellow color, just because, again, I have leftover yellow. So I want you guys to see exactly how making sure that the length of the brush that you use sideways helps, but then also pressing down to watch the brush bristles span out. That's also key and integral. So for instance, let's just, I'm going to use the number 4 and just get some stems in, and then we'll paint the leaves. Just to make this like a little mini fun exercise for you guys. So here we go. Let's just do a nice little stem like that. Okay, so if you're watching this, you have reached the halfway point of this video. Good for you. Guys, don't forget, hit the like, hit the subscribe button if you're enjoying this. It really does help me put out more videos like this for you and helps my channel grow. Let's get back in. Several stems. Okay, and now I'm taking the leftover yellow. I'm going to start from out, press down, and trail off. And then you can do that again and notice how the direction of my brush and how I'm going back up onto the tips and going into the stem. Okay, so making sure you've got tons of water on your brush, and also the direction of how you're doing this really does help you with getting thicker results or thinner results. So pay attention to that. I'm going to start this time from the tip and fan out my brush and pull down. So here we go. Start, press, trail off. Okay. I'm going to dip the tip of my brush in water. I'm going to do the same thing here. Notice the direction. There's a slight curve in how my brush looks. And now, so that's definitely thicker results as opposed to if you just went like this and didn't press it down. I'm not pressing the full length, just that much. And look how thin that is. So you can control based on brush strokes and pressure that you apply on your brush. You can control the thickness of it. So if you're looking for really thick leaves, you start like that, press down. Notice how I'm kind of pushing sideways, then trailing back off onto the tip of my brush. Okay. So lots of different ways to kind of get those beautiful thick leaves, or covering a space with color instead of going back in and painting it in like you would with a pencil. I'm going to show you from this angle. I'm getting a little bit of the red, starting over here, pressing down, trailing off, and I'm lightly touching that orange just so it seeps into that red. I love when those things happen. I'm going to do another one over here. And again, making sure that your brush is like full of water and color. And you're going to start off on the tip. You're going to press down. Notice how I'm slightly moving it off to the left and then trailing back off onto the tip. And if you want to perfect that shape, you can do one more and you're good. Okay, so same thing. Let's do it again. And then I like to do the second one just to kind of give it that nice shape. Okay, so one more time. If I went sideways and did the full span like this, I'm not getting the pointed edges for the leaves, but I am going to get a nice thick lay of color. So like so, pressing down and going sideways. And now that can totally be a leaf, because remember, leaves, organic shapes, very loose and fun, right? So it doesn't have to look just one way. I'm just dropping in some of that yellow. give us that nice blend. Starting from here, pressing down and going back on the tip. So you start on the tip, press down and go back on. So when I say pay attention to how the brush is pressed all the way down, the more water you have on the brush, the better you can spread it out. So like watch. And you really hold it down and then pull it over to the stem and then just evenly disperse some of that water on there. I'm going to do a couple more. And the key is, again, to really just press down full span of the brush as opposed to the little lines if you were to hold it head on like this, okay? So practice that. Rome was not built in a day. You're going to have to really get used to holding the brush like that as opposed to having more control over it like so. So just sit down, take a sheet of paper. It doesn't have to be exactly watercolor paper because for this, we're just practicing our brush control and also how you're holding the brush. And that's what gives us those beautiful seamless covers or coverages in our leaves, in our flowers, whatever else you're painting. So if you're watching this part of the video, you have reached the end. Congrats, you've made it. I hope you had a very informative session sitting down and watching this video and painting for yourself. I hope you got great results. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments and I am happy to respond. If you love your results and want to share it on social media, I am available on Instagram and also Facebook. I'd love to reshare your work. So please do share. I always hear comments like, wow, you make it look so easy, but I know it's not. The name of the game is consistency and discipline. Discipline in making sure that you take the time out of 24 hours for yourself to sit down and practice. And consistency is making sure that you don't just try a technique once, but you try it a couple of times. And I guarantee you, you will get results because each time is a learning curve for you. And the more you learn or the more experience you get trying something, the more it sticks with you, almost kind of like muscle memory with your hand and your brush strokes, but then also something in your brain on a subconscious level clicks when you're noticing the blooms and you just automatically know when to do things. So consistency, guys. Sit down, practice, and you will get the results.